Today, I'm reacting to what Bill Gates just bought, which is concerning to say the least. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm making this video because I recently read an article that made me stop for a second, and for a number of reasons. Now, in today's modern world, there's a big name that we already know. It's Bill Gates. He's the person who helped start Microsoft. But now he's doing much more, so much more. He's becoming a leader in lots of different areas, like farming, vaccines, and even mosquitoes. Let's take a closer look at what he's up to and why people are talking about him. Land, vehicles, vaccines, insects, food, airplanes, hotels, health, railways, data, and information. I mean, there doesn't seem to be much that Bill Gates isn't invested in. Let's check his Wikipedia page and just do a quick rundown of just some of the companies he's involved with. Hospitality, Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts, Ecolab, Canadian National Railway, beverage and retail with FEMSA, Berkshire Hathaway, real estate, Strategic Hotels and Resorts, hospitality, Republic Services, waste management, Deere & Company, which is agricultural, Bunzee, distribution and outsourcing, Carpetright Retail, Diego Beverages, AutoNation Car Dealership, Microsoft Software and Hardware Conglomerate, Beyond Meat Food, Ritz-Carlton Hospitality, more of that, TerraPower, Nuclear Power, Transformco, Retail and Real Estate. We've got Vroom, another car dealership, Storage Mart, Self-Storage, and Signature Aviation Services. This dude is busy, and I mean busy. Bill Gates is buying a lot of US farmland, and I mean a lot. The Microsoft co-founder is considered the largest private owner of farmland in the country, with some 270,000 acres spread across dozens of states. You might think, why does a tech guy want farms? Well, it's not just any farmland. He's investing in companies like Monsanto. That's the company who makes Roundup weed killer, and that company had to pay $10 billion to settle cancer lawsuits stemming from the use of their product. This is raising eyebrows because some people worry Bill Gates, he might just control too much of the food that we eat. He's also, of course, into genetically modified crops, which could help us get more food, but what quality of food is that? And what might happen if he gets too much power controlling that food? But wait, there's more. Gates is also involved with vaccines, as we know. His foundation teams up with companies like Moderna to make those vaccines. And he's ran into controversy in the past regarding those vaccines.
You know, this was an interesting case test of people's trust in their politicians or their health system. And, you know, statistically, we didn't do as well as I would have expected. You know, in fact, you know, I'm cited as some, you know, mastermind of some evil plot in many cases. So, no, I didn't expect any of that. You know, in some ways, the politicization of, you know, taking vaccines and helping protect other people, you could almost say that's a step backwards. You know, I hope vaccine acceptance for other diseases like measles is not reduced by this. But, you know, a lot of people jumped in and took the vaccines, but a meaningful minority in most countries were led down a path of believing that not only, you know, were there rare side effects, but that the vaccine wasn't properly tested or was part of some evil conspiracy.
Folks wonder, hey, if one person like Bill Gates with all this money, should he have so much say in what vaccines get made and how they're used? Food for thought. Gates' interest in science doesn't stop at vaccines. No, he's into those GMOs also, genetically modified organisms like plants that scientists genetically alter to make them grow better or to resist pests. Bill invests lots of money into this, and many folks are concerned that if Bill Gates controls those special plants, again, he might control a big part of how we get our food here in the US, kind of like what he's trying to do with Beyond Meat, the plant-based meat substitute company that he owns.
I'm really inspired by Beyond Meat's mission and love that they are not only making plant-based eating delicious and accessible, but are doing so in a way that benefits both people and the planet. So she's saying it's healthy. That's what I gathered from that. Okay, it's not. It's not. I realize I'm not going to get any Beyond Burger sponsorships here, but I'm cool with that. So I want to just take a look at the Beyond Burger ingredients. I don't know if you have that link, Tyler, or you can pull it up, but I have it here. Ingredients for a Beyond Burger. Water, pea protein, expeller pressed canola oil, refined coconut oil, rice protein, natural flavors. When you see natural flavors on something, that means they didn't want to tell you what was in it. Natural flavors, by the way, guys, is like fragrance. When you look at a bottle and it says organic, and then it says fragrance, what that means is that they take a bunch of toxic chemicals together, hundreds, sometimes thousands, and they group them together to make something smell pretty, and you don't know what's in it. Don't buy stuff that says fragrance. You want some fragrance, get some essential oils, something natural in there. Fragrance and natural flavors are brothers. So what's natural flavors? I don't know. Neither do you. And oftentimes when you call these companies, because I've done it, and ask, they won't tell you. Okay. This is not healthy. It would be really great. I should have juxtaposed this next to a grass-fed, grass-finished farm, raised on a beautiful farm piece of meat. You know what the ingredients are in that? Meat. Meat.
Gates, we know, is also into playing around with mosquitoes and altering their DNA. Playing with mosquitoes, well, that could have unintended consequences for Mother Nature, don't you think?
We have adults that we continuously grow in what we call our brood stock. And then over here, we have the mass-produced mosquitoes getting ready to give us the eggs to go out directly into the field. It's crazy how they sound. You might wonder, what do we feed all these mosquitoes here? Well, I can tell you, we've got the good stuff in here. On the top shelf, literally, we've got the blood. They love it. Once the mosquitoes are grown, they're ready to go out into the field.
And stepping away from all of that, we also read that Bill Gates even owns luxury hotels like the Four Seasons brand. You might think again, what does this have to do with anything? Well, it shows that he's interested in a lot of things beyond technology. His most recent purchase, though, that's the one that caught my attention. Let's take a look at this article. Bill Gates' Four Seasons wins contract for high-end hotel on Vatican doorstep. Yes, that's right, on the Vatican doorstep. After a lengthy negotiation process and in spite of public backlash, the Catholic Church's Order of the Holy Sepulchre has decided to award Bill Gates' Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts chain a contract for a new luxury hotel a stone's throw from St. Peter's Basilica for hotel use under the management of the Four Seasons Group. Previously owned by the Jesuit order, the building now belongs to the Order of the Holy Sepulchre of Jerusalem, made up of roughly 30,000 knights and dames throughout the world, dedicated to providing financial support to the church in the Holy Land. That's huge. More than huge. It's interesting, right? Listen to this. The building dates from the Renaissance and contains a turret, a large courtyard, and ancient frescoes by Italian artist Pinturicchio, and is the only property owned by the Order of the Holy Sepulchre. It currently serves as the Order's global headquarters. All right, so make of that what you will, but the article mentioned one other piece of information that I certainly found fascinating. The new contract with the Order of the Holy Sepulchre cements Gates' growing prominence in the European luxury hotel market. Last year, his Four Seasons chain, through the Fort Partners firm, also obtained another multi-million-dollar contract for the Palazzo Marini. That's a large property in the historic center of Rome, often used for political purposes. Renovations for that property are expected to cost around 165 million euro, or just under $179 million. According to the never-ending list, Mr. Gates now appears to have his hands in politics and religious places of interest. Going back to the other twist, car businesses, Gates owns some of those too, specifically AutoNation and Vroom, like we read. This shows he's spreading his influence into new areas, and he wants to cover everything. It might seem unrelated to his tech past, but it's certainly a way for him to shape different industries. Oh yeah, like we talked about, he owns Canadian National Railway too. That's Canada's largest railway in terms of both revenue and the physical size of its rail network. This guy, he wants to own it all. So what's the big question here? What's the problem? I mean, really, it's about how much influence guys like Bill Gates should have. Some people think he's doing great things to make the world a better place, but others worry that having one person involved in so many important areas, well, that could just cause problems. In the end, Bill Gates' journey from a tech guy to a person with his hand in lots of pots is fascinating. His work with farms, vaccines, GMOs, mosquitoes, luxury hotels, and even auto dealerships, I mean, that shows he's trying to make an impact, but what type of impact? It's also a good reminder that with great power comes great responsibility, and I know the whole US is probably going to keep an eye on how his influence is going to shape our world. So what are your thoughts about all this? Let us know in the comments section below. Did you enjoy today's video? If so, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day.